It's Monday. This is Mammography Mondays where knowledge saves lives. Questions, questions, questions. So many questions. So, which is easier, big breasts or small breasts? And how in the world do we do patients with implants? We are going to answer those questions today. Welcome back, y'all, to Mammography Mondays featuring the Certified Tittologist. It's not whether you have big breasts or small breasts, it's your body habitus. Your body habitus plays the biggest factor in the way that you are being positioned. And it accounts for how low we're going to have the machine, how high we're going to have the machine, what angle we're going to have the machine. All of that plays a factor into your body habitus so we can obtain the highest quality imaging. Now, when I'm talking about your body habitus, I am talking about whether you are short, tall, thin, thick, whatever you want to call it, disabled, stroke, medical conditions that are going on, frozen shoulder, you had back surgery, you had neck surgery, so you can't turn your neck left and right. All of this and the mobility of you as the patient factors into the positioning of your breast. So it's not if you have big breasts or small breasts, it's what does your body habitus look like. And so how in the world do we do patients with implants? Now, implants are now my favorite, but before, when I first started mammo, it was not my favorite. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, as far as positioning wise, because it is very hard to grasp the concept of implants and taking in consideration the patient's comfort, but also taking in consideration that if I don't get everything that the radiologist needs, then something may be missed. So it is very hard to grasp implants as far as positioning when you first begin. But now I love implants. So let's get into it. So implants could be saline, silicone, or gel/gummy bear implants, and they could be placed in front of your muscle or behind your muscle. Now, when we are positioning for your implants, or when we're positioning a patient that has implants, we are first taking pictures, the first 4 pictures. So there's 8 pictures total, and the first 4 pictures are pictures that we call in-place views. So we are putting slight compression on your implant to make sure it cannot move. Not a lot of compression, just slight compression, enough so your implant does not move, and we can visualize if there's any damage to your implant. Now, once those 4 pictures are over, we take your displacement views, and that's when we manipulate your implant. We push your implant back, which is called a pushback, or on our end, displacement views. But we push your implant back away from your breast tissue so we can visualize that breast tissue that was being obstructed by your implant. Now, depending on if you got your implant in front of the muscle or behind the muscle, that has a that can factor into how well we can see your breast tissue, because if it's behind the muscle, it just kind of sits back in the pocket that it's supposed to be in. But if it's in front of your muscle, it can't really move anywhere, so it kind of moves up along your chest wall or below your chest wall, depending on how well it sits in your chest. So, with that being said, that's how we position people with implants. So, yes, they still get mammograms. Yes, they still get compression, both ends. So, they get slight compression on those in-place views, and then they get the minimum compression that they can handle. Well, not the minimum, but the amount of compression that they can handle on those displaced views. So, if you don't have implants and then you have your pushback implants, it's the same amount of compression. So you can get implants and you can still have your mammogram. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Mammography Mondays. I really appreciate all the support and all the views and everything else. I do hope that the message gets spread across the world, and just to know how important mammograms are and what mammograms entail. So I thank you all so much for watching Mammography Mondays, and you all have a wonderful week. Hello, everyone. Check out TittologyEnterprises.com. Help spread the word and deter from the rumor you heard. Receiving your annual mammogram is a life-saving exam. Signed, the Certified Tittologist.